Welcome back. It's your boy Fresh.
And I'm Mary, and we are a Co-ople of nerds. And today we're going to be presenting you edition number 2 of our 12 games of Christmas. But before we begin, don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
So Santa challenged us to get through 12 games of our backlog in the month of December. We're running short on time, but we made it.
We made it through quite a few.
We made it through quite a few. We got 4 more here. Again, 2 video games, 2 board games. So let's dive right in. Now, Internet, before you judge us, hear us out. So the first game in our backlog was Super Mario AllStars. Now, more specifically, the Lost Levels. I did not grow up with Super Nintendo. I obviously didn't grow up with the Famicom. So I never really played the Lost Levels before. Now, you did have this exact game, right? Or the one with Mario World?
Super Mario World.
Okay, Super Mario World and Super Mario AllStars combined?
No.
No? Okay, so you didn't have it.
No,
I thought you had this game.
All-Stars.
I thought you had this game for some reason. So we have actually never played that game, and wow,
it's hard. Well,
that game
okay, so the backstory on this is that they didn't release it in the United States because they thought it was too hard.
So we got Super Mario 2, which is actually, I think, Yoki. They just reskinned it as Mario.
And
a little fun fact.
I will say this. It's deceiving because when you go to play it, it feels just like Mario. It's like, oh, this is just Mario. And it doesn't look that much different, although there was like the blue, is it blue mushroom?
Yeah, purplish blue that will shrink you or kill you.
Yeah.
So if you're small and you take it, you die.
So there's
I found that out the hard way.
But it doesn't feel like it's supposed to be any different, but then you go to make the jumps and you just don't ever make the jumps. Yeah,
it's like there's more enemies, the jumps are stretched out just a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think the levels are just a little bit longer. When you compare it to Mario Brothers 1, we're all so familiar with that. You know the layout. You could probably beat level 1 blindfolded. Like the average person. You might take you a couple tries, but I think the average person could do it blindfolded, whereas this, you kind of coming in blind, at least for us. And man, did that game just whip us.
Yeah, it was tough.
We did beat the first world. I beat Bowser, made the jump. And also, why did you get rid of the 2-player function? Nintendo.
Yeah, because it was...
Yeah, you could play as Mario or Luigi, but not Mario and Luigi.
To pass the remote back and forth.
Yeah.
Controller.
So has Super Mario All-Stars made it into or earned its spot in our collection? Obviously.
Yes.
Come on.
It's Mario.
It's Mario. I think even if we just managed to get a copy of Lost Levels, I would still keep that. Because I do think with some more practice, some more familiarization, you could get good at it.
Play this, master this, and then go back.
Right.
And play.
Stomp.
Yeah.
Bowser.
Right.
You be speed running it. I do think it's a game worth putting your time and energy to, but just a heads up, if you haven't played it,
it doesn't appear tough, but it's tough.
You're going to walk into a butt whooping. The next game, I was really late to the PS4, and I actually got this game on PS5, but I'm playing the PS4 download version first, and that is SpiderMan. So I'm actually playing the little one right there. I used my code and downloaded that game.
Yep. So that was the first game on your list when you had the PS5.
Yep. I knew, everyone is rants and raves about how great this game is, and they're all right. It's SpiderMan the RPG in an open world, and there's just, you know, I just find myself getting lost and doing little side quests and trying to beef up my character because
There's some drama in there too.
yeah, the fighting is, I guess I'm comparing it to Batman Arkham Asylum, and that one was maybe a little bit easier on the fighting. This game, certain villains need certain kinds of attacks, so like the big guys you gotta do, you know, a big uppercut to, but every time I do a big uppercut to the big guy, it seems like a little guy hops in front, I knock him out of the way, then the big guy just knocks me around. There's a whole lot of quick time events, there's a whole lot of Easter eggs and little nooks and crannies to get into this game. It seems really big, but it's really fun. I'm really enjoying it.
One that you can just play on and on.
Yeah, and that one, obviously from the review, that one has earned its spot in our collection.
Yes.
Next game.
A board game. Well, sort of.
Yeah, the first. That's
Card
a card game. The Crew, The Quest for Planet 9.
So this was your Christmas present last year?
Yeah, and we just finally got around to playing it. So the box says 3 to 5 with a 2-player variant.
Right.
This game is a 3 to 5.
Right. It
player
doesn't
game.
play very well as a 2-player.
Yeah, two player. I don't even think there's a struggle on it.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of this game is that it's a trick-taking game, and each person will have goals about what card they need to take in that trick. Well, with the 2-player option, you basically have a third player that's a dummy player that plays face up.
Yeah, their cards are all face up, so it's easier to plan.
Right, and the captain of the ship plays their hand and his or her own hand. So basically, the captain of the ship is playing 66% of the cards, and it's really easy to kind of game that system.
Yeah.
Basically, the hand is dual layered, so you know what the top card is, you know what the bottom card is. So sometimes you need to explore that a little bit. But now 3 to 5, we're playing it with the Meeple Society, and again, I'll link their channel in the description. But it's a lot of fun.
It's it reminds me of a little bit of euchre,
Right?
which we're from Indiana, so
Everyone
euchre is
plays
big
euchre.
here.
Yep.
So of course we're gonna like it.
Yep.
So that one did earn a spot.
Yes, that one. Sorry, there's a whole bunch of kids jumping up and down upstairs.
Yeah.
They should be in bed. So we'll see. That one has earned its spot, but I would not. If you only play 2-player games, I would not recommend. But since we have the Meeple Society, we play 4-player games. Speaking of the Meeple Society, we also played this with them: Robinson Crusoe, The Adventures on Cursed Island.
And thankfully, this was another big game that they had already
Yes.
played, that they could just get out and teach us without us having to read a whole bunch of rules. And the rule book is pretty thick on this one.
Yep. So this one is a cooperative, narrative, adventure game with
Worker placement.
worker placement,
bit of
exploration, a
resource
little bit of
management.
resource management, a little bit of dice rolling. I mean, they crammed every game mechanic into this one.
Variable player powers. was
Variable
the one,
player
yeah.
powers. There's a whole bunch to this. So basically, you get, marooned onto a deserted island.
Well, it depends, because there's different stories. Depends on the
Yeah.
narrative. So
Well, I think you get marooned on the island each time.
I don't know. I don't know what the other stories were. I only know the story that we played,
Right.
which is where we were on an island, and then there was somebody else who was trapped in the middle of the ocean, and we needed to build a raft to go get her before she died and before this storm came, and then
get her and build a big boat. So build a raft, get her, build a big boat, have everyone escape.
yeah, before the big storm comes.
Right. So there's a sense of urgency with the different missions, because that woman out at sea is getting damage each turn. So you need to get her well, and then she can help you if you do it quick enough, or basically spends the whole time just healing, because if she dies, you lose. It's a really, we had a blast with this game.
I have been excited about this game for so long, but I was so intimidated by how big it is. It's a big game, and it took a long time to play, and it took, I mean, even though they already knew how to play it, even teaching us, it takes a while to learn. And I can't imagine the amount of time it would have taken without having them help us to learn it. So, but I was in shock at how I liked it even more than I thought that I would like it. It is very thematic.
Yeah.
Very, very thematic, which I thought was just so awesome. It's really difficult. You know, there's a lot of games that I really like that maybe aren't thematic. You don't feel the theme as it's played out, but it's still a good game. You know, you like the mechanics of the game, but this one, it's both. You know, you feel the mechanics of the game, and then also the theme really plays through it very strong in that.
Right. You need to find shelter, you need to find materials, you need to accomplish goals, food, you take wounds if you don't have these things. It's, it
really
feels
good.
like you're stranded on desert island.
It really does. You gotta
or desert island, not desert island. I guess it could be a desert.
Well, I mean, depending on the story, because there could be different weather elements that you also have to endure.
There's like a snow, where you're stuck outside and it's snowing. It's crazy. This is a blast. I'm also glad that we had someone to teach us. And I think what we're learning as we're going through this is we do have a little intimidation to cracking open these big rule books. But then once you get into it, you're like, oh,
yeah,
well, this makes sense. I can do this.
It really is helpful, though, to have somebody else there to help you through it. Because I have just a hard time getting over that initial hump of, all right, let's just pull this out and learn it. But if I know how to play it, I'm good to go. I'm happy. Let's do it. But
so again, obviously from our review, this has earned its spot in our collection.
Oh, definitely.
We did not have any drama in this week's list. We had 4 fantastic games.
Yeah.
As long as you got 3 to 5 players for the crew and plenty of patience for the lost levels. Well, let us know in the comments section if you've played these, if you've gotten them off your backlog, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This Santa's a real ball buster. In case you watch our videos like in a big group, yes, Mary did change her shirt. And no, I did not change my shirt. I guess I could pop this off and wear my
Well, why would I
undershirt.
promote video games monthly for... Yeah.
You never know. Maybe they'll hook us up next time. Still pounding the water.
Lemmy.
With some vodka in it.